welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. How's it going? We gotta win. We gotta win. I can't believe it. That game, I was I was this close to jumping on the Fire Todd Bowles bandwagon when they got down into field goal range in overtime, and that was the game. I was like, "That's it. I'm done with this guy. Done with him." And then, by the time I said that, his defense got the fumble recovery, and we ended up winning the game. What's up, Rampage? What's up, Tom? No negativity, man. Well, you know, a little bit. I came right in talking about Fire Bowles, didn't I? But, it was, man, we should have just beat the mess out of these guys. Even if we make the playoffs, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, man? I mean, we played these guys the same as we played the 49ers and the Falcons and the Chiefs and everybody. It's like no matter who we play, we're just going to play like this, apparently. The Giants didn't get a chance to talk about the Giants game because I was sick. I'm telling you, man, I got hit Sunday night. I was up all night just coughing. And then I had a temperature for like 3 days. I was bedridden for 2, practically. And then everybody in the house has gotten sick. We had family down for Thanksgiving. So did not get a chance to make do a live stream and talk about the Giants game. But the Giants game, we played great. We beat up on the Giants. Why can't we do that to the Panthers, man? I expected us to. I really did. I thought we were going to dominate that game. Oh, well. Bowles is a great coach, man. I mean, Rampage, think about it. What other coach could hand Tom Brady his first losing season? I mean, that takes skill. Not just any coach can do that. It takes a genius guru. Yeah. I tell you, it's it's hard. This team is going to give me an aneurysm, man. Heart attack, something, because it was just like up and down in this game. It was like up and down, We started off, we looked bad, and then Mike Evans with that great one-handed catch, and then they score, bad punts, and then they walk it in. It's just up and down and up and down. And Bucky Irvin looked good. I think from here on out, we're going to be a run-first football team. Looks like they are handing the reins over to Bucky. He got actually more snaps in this game or more carries in this game than White did. Let me see. Right? Look, I've got the stats pulled up here. Yes, Bucky Irvin had 25 attempts to Rachaad White's 11. So over double. So this was the Bucky Irving show. And he had 152 rushing yards. He had a 6.1 average. The funny thing is Rachaad White had a better rush per average. He had 6.9 yards per carry. That's funny. With a long of 38. That was Rachaad White's. Bucky Irving's long was 43. Man, I wish he would have had a little bit of speed, man, because when he was out in front of everybody, but that defensive back caught up with him. I was like, We did a pretty good job keeping Chuba Hubbard to 3.6 yards per carry. 43 yards total on 12 carries. They didn't run it a lot. They ran it 18 times, not including Bryce Young's running. We, on the other hand, ran it 36 times. So we were a run-first team. So we ran it 36 times and threw it 34 times. So we ran it more than we threw it. They, on the other hand, threw it 46 times and ran it 18. So big imbalance there. What does Tampa Bay and I Dream of Jeannie have in common? I do not know, but I used to love I Dream of Jeannie. Aiden O'Connell career day. Rampage, I'll tell you what, if if we lose to the Raiders, man, I'm never going to go to a Buccaneers game again. It will be confirmed that I am a curse. Canales out schemed Bowles. What does that say, Rampage, when you've got a guy who's his whole thing is I'm a defensive guru, the blitz packages, all the weird stuff like that. And so many times we have young quarterbacks and young coaches just light us up and have career days against us. I mean, it's so rare if we're dominant defensively. We were when we had the players, Sue, JPP, Shaq, Vita, and Devin White when he was wanting to play. But, I mean, I think any team would do well with those guys. I think I'm just kind of over this whole. Let's just go back to a 4-3 defense or 3-4 basic, 3-4 defense, 4-3 defense. Play some cover 2. Because I just don't. This stuff doesn't seem like it works, man. I mean, again, it seemed like Bryce Young, just whenever he wanted to throw the ball, he had an open receiver. There was that one where we blitzed him heavy. He got rushed out of the pocket and he's running. He throws off platform, just kind of lobs it up in the air. And Thielien's wide open, 30 yards downfield. You just get tired of seeing it all the time. I mean, it's okay if you're going to blitz or, have all these crazy packages and stuff like that and try to confuse quarterbacks. But man, you got to lock down that back end. You just got to do it. And we don't ever do it. They both rely on Major Nelson. You just promoted him from captain or lieutenant, what, colonel. I forget what it goes. It's been so long. Major Nelson. Yeah, I used to love I Dream of Jeannie, man. Okay. So I noticed Cam Gill playing for the Panthers. I'd forgot that he had gone over there. But apparently he's starting for him. Is he a starter? No, he's listed as a third outside linebacker. One thing I did notice was our offensive line played like beasts. Now, there was a lot of pushing and shoving and fighting going on, but one thing that really got me excited was seeing Tristan Wirfs. Man, Tristan Wirfs was out there. He looked angry. He was in guys' faces. A couple times I saw him pulling and just launching himself at people. He was wanting to take some heads off. Love to see that, man. That's fun. Um, what's up with our punter? Are we gonna? We got rid of Camarda, and this guy, I don't think he's any better. Is it our special teams coach? But I tell you, man, he almost cost us that game a couple times. Did y'all see after the game one of the Panthers players, Franklin Jr., I think it was trying to talk crap to the Buccaneers in their locker room, calling them out. He was calling somebody out. I can't remember who it was. Uh, but I saw Sterling Shepard snap back at him. Oh man, who was it? But they had the Panthers like staff had to like hold him back, you know. Gosh, who was it? He was yelling for somebody. Marquise Watts? Or no, Ramirez. I think it was Ramirez. Who? I don't know. I mean, he didn't get any defensive snaps, I don't think. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe we'll find out some stuff later. So that was fun. Hey, y'all see that Ohio State Michigan fight? That was fun. Poor Ohio State, man. It's got embarrassed on their home field. Got their flag planted. Wolverines just planted the flag right in the middle of the Ohio State's field. They didn't take too kindly to that. The punter was cut today. Okay, I was looking at the the depth chart and I didn't see him. I was like, "Where's our punter?" So I guess are we going to bring up the punter we had on the practice squad? Did you see Christian McCaffrey is out on injured reserve and his backup was put on injured reserve too. So 49ers, man, might be it for their season, huh? Also, who else? Oh, Taysom Hill is out for the season. Knee injury. MH won both week 12 and week 13 score predictions. MH almost was spot on week 12. He predicted 31-6. Tom, you were close at 31-16. But MH predicted 31-6. And the final score was 30-7. So he was 2 points off. Good job. And then he was the only one who predicted yesterday. So he won that too. What's up, Dave? Yeah, the flag play. You know, I think it's funny. I like it when teams fight. I like it when players fight. I like it when teams fight. So that's the good thing is that we got out of this injury free for the most part, right? When Baker got hurt, I was like, oh no. Mike Edwards, did we hear anything about him? We got any? Okay, here it is. Yeah, Buccaneers cut 2 minutes ago. That had to have happened earlier, right? I didn't see it. I stopped looking at the news about 4 o'clock. So they will probably be lifting up Jack Browning. That sucks, man. Lane asked Mayfield about the flag planting. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course she would. Wasn't he Oklahoma? Why is she asking him? Plans for Sunday. Driving down Saturday, watching the game, and then driving back. Oh, you said there was a tailgate thing, $40 or something like that. I still got to coordinate with Rampage. I think we're going to drive up there together or drive to the stadium together. So I don't know what our plans are exactly. Have not solidified them yet. A shake punts almost wrecked our redemption arc. We got a redemption arc. No, it was bad, man. It's like we just couldn't get serious about this game or something. Although, I mean, I felt like the guys were playing hard, but it was an ugly football game. It was, it started off ugly. The umpire got hurt. It was the weirdest thing. He just like backed into Vi Jones. He just backed into it from what I could see. And then fell down and like, I don't know, broke his hip. Old man Winters. Don't know what that was all about. It was weird though, but that just started off the game, and it just seemed like the whole game was like that. Was not a big fan of the officiating, that's for sure. Personally, I think that was a catch by Thielen in the end zone, but I'm not mad they didn't call it a catch. I get where they couldn't see if he had control of it because the ref and the goalpost was in the way on replay. But I'm not mad about it. But I do feel like it was a poorly refed game. I saw quite a bit of like face mask and holds and all kinds of stuff. But they're just not calling the hands to the face stuff this year. Unless a helmet gets ripped off. Or unless you're playing against the Chiefs. So, does Bucky Irving have a fumbling problem? He fumbled twice against the Giants and once in this game. That's 3 fumbles in 2 games. That's a lot of fumbling, man. They showed a stadium shot above the crowd. I was going to go to this game, but we just weren't feeling good. I'm still feeling rough, man. The good part about that is it didn't happen when we're supposed to go to the Oakland game this weekend. But they showed us a stadium shot before the game or right before kickoff, and it looked about half full. There was more people there than I expected. I noticed KJ Britt did not get a lot of snaps in this game. According to the official snap count, I want to say he got 12 snaps, defensive snaps. Not a lot. Let me see. He got 14 defensive snaps out of 70. Who took his place? J.J. Russell. J.J. Russell had 43 snaps. And then that's really it. Vi Jones didn't have any defensive snaps. He played special teams, had 26 of them. Tavierre Thomas got 29 snaps defensive. I saw a tweet that had Pro Football Focus, they put out their stupid grades. And they had, I think it was Greg Gaines rated the lowest on our defense. I was like, Greg Gaines, he had 15 snaps. How are you going to rate him? It's like, they're so stupid. Then they had Cansey rated low too. I was like, what? These guys, I have no idea what they're talking about. I swear, I think they just make stuff up. But I'm a firm believer. You can't judge players by watching the broadcast version. You just can't do it. You got to look at all 22 before you can make a final verdict. And you can't even look at just one angle of all 22. You got to look at both angles, man. What's up, Gotti? Well, I tell you, man, I thought we lost. I thought it shouldn't have been that close. You know, for sure, for sure. And we were just kind of playing like crap. And after that Giants game, I'm like, all right, defense is getting it together. We were gang tackling, we were tackling well, and then we come up with the Panthers and almost got beat. We should have got beat. We should have got beat. They missed 2 field goals in that fumble. They were in field goal range to end the game, and it fumbled it. That was a great play by Nelson. That had nothing to do with coaching. That was he just took that ball, and they should have technically won this game. But the players are playing hard. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Oh, Mayfield was the original flag planter. That's right. I remember that. Yes. Good call, Tom. We signed Ray Guy. I thought you said Ray Gunn, the Australian breakdancer. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely hook up I'll send you a message as soon as we get down there. But like I said, I don't know what the plan is. I still got to coordinate with Rampage. Yes, okay. Send me an email. Yeah, White does that too, Dave, where he'll run right into his blockers. It's like he's trying to hide behind them. These smaller running backs, they like to get up behind the blockers so you can't see where they're at. Oh, KJ Britt got hurt. Do I have that in my notes? I noticed Levante David up on the line of scrimmage a lot, blitzing. Not a fan of that. That uh, call on Yaya Diaby for roughing the quarterback, that was complete crap call right there, man. I mean, I don't even know what they called it for. I mean, he hit Bryce Young about the same time he threw it, and he hit him up high, but then he kind of fell down low. I have no idea what they were calling. They need to explain them or something. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do have it here. 9:36 in the second quarter. KJ Britt was down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and it was on that drive, I think. Yeah, 7:45 where Diaby. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was on that drive. But that drive, Bryce Young scores a touchdown. With Baker throwing those interceptions, man. What's up with it? What's up, Lawrence? What's up with Baker and those interceptions, man? Can't wait to look at those on all 22 and see exactly what happened. That one, yeah, starting the fourth quarter, man. We ran Bucky Irvin great in the fourth quarter. And then after we scored that touchdown, we just whooped their butt on defense. Panthers got a 3-and-out, playing a little bit tougher. So yeah, I agree with you. It was fourth quarter. Seems like when we kind of stepped it up. Gil kicks that horrible punt. I tell you what, I was so upset though. When they scored there at the end, but then we came back and tied it up. Uh, it was tough, man. It was tough. I'm sitting reading my notes. I, I I'll read. I take notes into my recorder and then it transcribes it, and then I send it to my computer. But you know how transcriptions are, so I got to kind of like interpret what I'm reading here. Normally, I'll spend the time to pretty up the notes before I get on, but Tony, man, I'm still feeling. I have no energy, congested. Yeah. Hey, Miles, hey, what's up? So many, Dave. So many bad calls. The refs, they've got too much to do. It's just too much. If it, we've got so many rules, and so many, technical things they got to do, plant the ball, keep track of time, keep track of down, all that good stuff. But, now they got to be nannies and babysit these guys. They got to, with all these rules to protect guys, and uh, it's too much for them to do, I think. That we should implement more refs. I mean, we've got refs on the field, but then we got the refs in the booth. Then we got refs in New York. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. To me, the answer is cut down on the rules. You know, just it's too many rules, and they change them every year. I can't keep track of them. I'm always like, what is that a new rule? And I have to go back and look and say, oh yeah. And every year I try to keep track of the rule changes. It's like this year they got the intentional grounding rule that they changed, and it's like the hip drop tackle rule. They have not implemented it at all. There has not been a single flag called for hip drop tackle this year, but there's been like 9 fines for it. It's like, so it's like, why? I don't know. It's just too much, man. Yeah, I thought it was lost too, Dave. No, I do not think White is a bruiser, Rampage, at all. If Sean Tucker's a bruiser, if we're gonna have a bruiser, put Sean Tucker out there. If they start trying over Nelson again, did did Logan Hall start? Was he listed as a starter? Let me see. Yep, they listed Logan Hall as a starter, yet he only got, maybe he got hurt too. He only played 51% of the defensive snaps. 36. William Golston only played 9 snaps, man. I don't understand that at all. I mean, what has Logan Hall done? I don't know. Yaya Diaby got 93% of the snaps. That's why his stats looked good. So I'm saying when you let these guys go out there and play, they get better. They get stats. Because we probably dropped him back in coverage 20 of those snaps. That's the highest I've ever seen him have. 65 snaps. Is this Alcoholics Anonymous? Yeah. I was expecting Vi Jones to get snaps too, Gotti. It surprised me. We just kind of went with a weird dime package, it seemed like. Anthony Nelson just he saved Todd Bowles' job. He saved me from probably breaking my TV. Anthony Nelson saved a lot of people yesterday. All 22 is up, but I don't have it downloaded. I don't know if it's up. They put it up in weird, in a weird staggering way. So let me look real quick and see. Yeah, it's up. I don't have it downloaded and marked and stuff though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Got it. I felt he did too. I think they got robbed on that one, but I do understand them going. We couldn't tell. We didn't want to overturn the call on the field because we couldn't see if he kept control of it. I understand that. I would have been mad if I was a Panthers fan now, but if I was a Panthers fan, I'd probably be stupid. So I wouldn't have understood what was going on. Yeah, Cousins looking like garbage. Thankfully, we were all hoping for that. You know, Tom, it looked to me for the past few weeks like Baker's having trouble throwing, or not that he's having trouble throwing, but he's having to put a lot of effort into it. You know. Yeah, the Panthers kicker is probably the best Buccaneers player. I don't know. Al's been playing his game. He's playing that World of War, consuming him. Yeah, they changed the definition for intentional grounding, Molly, so that basically they won't call intentional grounding anymore. Yeah, that one year they could challenge pass interference. Refs did not like that. Boy, did they throw a hissy fit. Yeah, why did he kick it short on that kickoff? Logan rushed the quarterback, almost got him, and then fell down. Man, we do that a lot. That's called the try on special. Yeah, Logan Hall is not. He's just. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't know why they have him as a starter. He's never shown anything. I mean, he's had altogether gosh, man, he's had maybe a dozen plays in all of his years. It's not a lot. He's had like three good games. And I'm not saying great games. I'm saying good games. Hey, mate, what's up, man? Oh, Ralph's going to always complain about intentional grounding. There was two that weren't called in this game that made me mad. Did they cut the Panthers kicker yet? No, but they cut the Buccaneers kicker. Yeah, we don't get the cameras, man. Only the good teams get the cameras, or the teams that draw eyeballs. Yeah, we're gonna look at Logan Hall in that all 22 because I'm really getting tired of just why is he starting? It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, LMH, you won last week's and this week's score predictions. Last week you were almost spot on. You predicted 31-6 and the score was 30-7, so you were off by 2 points. I think that's the closest we've ever had. I know, 23 points. Not just a bad quarterback, but a bad head coach. I mean, this is Bowles should know. Sometimes I wonder if Bowles doesn't, kind of like with Sean Payton against the Broncos this year. I, I feel like, there's a possibility Bowles was like, yeah, I'm going to give you this one because I like you, or, we're friends or whatever. I don't know. It just, we played a really weird defense in that game that we have never played before, that consistently anyhow. And we got eaten alive because of it. It was like the dumbest defense in the world you could play against a rookie quarterback. And we played it all game long. Just gave them everything underneath. And, you just, with Canales, you're like, is he like trying to help Canales here? I don't know. Nobody cares. He's old news. It happened 45 minutes ago. Nobody cares. Old news. I mean, when you're supposed to be a defensive guru, and you've got these, I mean, we've still got four guys on this defense that were on the Super Bowl team. you know, it's not like we got a bunch of scrubs out there. And a lot of these guys, have been playing in the system. There's no way we should be letting a quarterback like Bryce Young basically light us up. I mean, he almost got 300 yards. He had 298 yards or something like that. It was not quite a career day for him, I don't think, but it was close. I mean, it shouldn't be that way. Teams are not scared to play our defense. What do you mean you're debating if you're going, okay? Well, you better go and um, meet us before the game, anyhow. Tailgate with us. I will do that, Lawrence. Count the slips and falls. It looked cold at that game. It was cold here. With this, always somebody wide open, Lawrence. Always. I was so mad when our defensive line, we busted through. We're chasing Bryce Young. He like jumps up in the air sideways and just chunks it in the air. And there's Adam Thielen wide open, 30 yards down the field. I was so mad. I was like, you got to be joking me. These defensive linemen have got to be so pissed. What was it in the 49ers game? I was getting mad at them. You know, We had a great pass rush that whole game with our first stringers, but Purdy could just throw the ball up in the air basically, and there'd be a receiver wide open out there. Like, man, can we not cover people? Is that what's going on here? We just don't believe in coverage. When was the last time we had an interception, like a legitimate interception? I wanted to look that up. We got what do our cornerbacks do? They play 15 yards off the ball and then miss tackles. What's up, Gurr? Kate, oh my gosh. Long time no see. Yeah, you would think, saying Canales had our playbook, you would think he would know our defense, so you would think that Bowles would come up with something to, you know, that Canales wouldn't be familiar with. And you would think that Bowles would know Canales' offense because it ain't too complex. I mean, if you watch high school football, you know Canales' offense. But no, we had no answer for it, man. Yeah, Godwin's definitely missed, man. I'm debating. I want to wear his jersey to the game Sunday, but it's black. I don't know. It all depends what the weather's going to be like. Yeah, see, Lawrence, I'm a big fan of man coverage. I can't stand our zone coverage. We're just, I don't know. We just don't play it well. I'm rooting for Denver. Who do I think's going to win? Uh, Denver. But it's going to be exciting, that's for sure. It's James Winston playing, man. James makes some exciting football. I don't think anybody likes Bowles still. Bowles needs oversight. uh, apparently, Gotti. Apparently, the Panthers are not as bad as their record shows. 3-9. Or they're 3-8 going into this. God, if they would have won, man, that would have been so. I would have been so furious because we talked about this during the off season. Like I don't care what happens this year. I just want to beat the Panthers twice. And we just barely squeaked this one by. Technically, we should have lost. I mean, they missed 2 field goals, and then they were in field goal range in overtime, and then got that fumble. Bo should not be. His defense is just so. It's too complex, man. He tries to do too much. It's all too much. His scheme. All this weird stuff he does. God, he likes balls. I noticed that, Kate. Yeah, the broadcasters were talking about why our guys are so far off the ball in coverage. Well, with Jamel Dean back, he's gonna get his 15 yards. Defensive backs are playing in the parking lot. On to the Raiders. Yeah, I'm not going to stay on much longer here either. I'm probably going to get off in about 15 minutes. I'm still so low energy, man. I don't know what it was I had. I've been sick twice in the past month. It's very rare. I keep records of my, when I get illnesses, have for 15 years. And November is usually the month where I get the sick. Usually about once, maybe twice a year, I'll get sick. Uh, but usually November, I can count on getting sick in November. This year, I got sick twice in November. It's like, whoa, calm down, man. I'm not talking about little head colds either. I'm talking about out bedridden for a couple of days sick. Yeah, that's the thing, God. It's going to be a good game. Jameis is going to make it a good game, entertaining anyhow. Benedict Arnold, man, when's he going to come back and play? Well, the Panthers lost to Kansas City on the last second field goal. Yeah. Well, we lost to Kansas City on in overtime. Kansas City is just not good this year, and they have just the football gods are blessing them, man. What kind of flaws did you see, Kate, from Cone? We better win next week. Yeah, worst team in football. Even their head coach admitted that. The Raiders. Oh, I did not expect Sam Darnold to be good this year. That's for sure. That surprised me. Although I think he's kind of slipping too. All right, got it. Have a good one. Getting the twins ready for bed. So you, you funny. Oh no, Rampage. Why'd you do that? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the deep shots, Kate. Uh, Notice that against the 49ers, you know, Mayfield is just getting the ball out quick. He's not throwing deep at all. And me and Tom were just talking about how maybe he's got an injury. It does look to me like he's struggling throwing the ball. He not really struggling. He's having to put more effort into it. Who is the worst team in football, Rampage? Who do you think? Yeah, I'd like to see us do deep more, but our screens are working so good. I know how tempting that is, and Bowles loves that because the screen game is the extension of the run game. I bet Bowles loved that game yesterday. We ran it. The Jaguars, oh yeah, oof, sheesh, yeah, forgot about them. They tough, man. They have bad football team. Let me see. If I had to pick, if I were to just, if I were to go with teams that I've watched, that I went, oh my gosh, what a bad football team. I would say, Giants are pretty bad. But watching them on the All 22, they didn't look too bad. And I would have said the Panthers up until a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I had to go with the Jaguars. Although I don't think I've seen the Raiders play this year. Oh, Chicago. Goodness, man, what that mess they did on Thanksgiving. They had that game wrapped up, just gave it away. And the Titans are interesting. That quarterback Levis, he's funny, man. He does some of the craziest stuff. Do we have any teams that have quit yet? I think the Giants, it looked to me like they were just kind of phoning it in uh, this week. It was good though that the Falcons lost, the Saints lost, and we beat the Panthers. So we were the only winners this week in the division, and we are tied with the Falcons. But since they beat us twice, we have to be a game up on them. Which it looks like they're kind of coming back to earth. They are on a 3-game losing streak, and Kirk Cousins is out there throwing interceptions like crazy. He threw 4 yesterday. And the Saints got whooped by the Chargers. Was it the Chargers? Oh no, it was the Falcons that got whooped by the Chargers, and the Falcons just couldn't get anything going, man. Although the Chargers got a pretty good defense too. Who was it the Saints played? Oh, the Rams. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Rams beat the Saints. Oof. I did not watch that game. I saw somebody. It must have been Taysom Hill. Yeah. He's out for the season. Yeah, it looks like the 49ers are out for the season. And I think this is their window, man. I think they might be done. Bears definitely need work too. It's gonna be interesting to see what the new coach is gonna do. Brock Bowers is a stud, yeah. Yes. And uh he's gonna give us fits, man. He is gonna give us fits. Hopefully Levante can handle him. I don't know. I don't think Winston has given the Browns all their wins. I think they had 2 before Winston took over. I'm just spitballing that. Let me look it up real quick. Cleveland Browns, let me see. They went, yeah, okay. So They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars week 2. So they had one. And then Winston's giving them two more. One against the Ravens. Got beat up by the Chargers. Lost to the Saints. Got whooped in that game. And then beat the Steelers. That's Jameis Winston. Yeah, I like Max Crosby. Yeah, Chargers game is going to be the big one. That's the one I'm expecting us to lose. That's the only one I'm expecting us to lose. Yeah, Taysom Hill's he's in his late 30s, right? This might be it for him. Okay, watch us win the Chargers game and then lose the rest of them. Oh, we got to play at Cowboys. Keep Bowles, start Trask, and then draft Arch Manning. Trade Baker to Cleveland. Wonder what Panthers fans feel like. Oh my gosh, my daughter was texting her uncle. He's a Panthers fan. She texted him after we beat him. She just said, "Loser." Yeah. Yeah, Chargers defense is pretty good. And, it's a hardball team, so they're going to be physical. Oh my gosh, Baker and Jameis as teammates. That'd be too much rah, rah, rah. Too much goofiness in there. Those guys, they'd be headbutting each other till they broke a skull or something. Yes, sir. Okay. Britt's going to slow down Bowers. Do we have any information on his injury? Lockdown coverage, KJ Britt. So, yeah, let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left. Atlanta, how many division games did they have left? Didn't they go through quite a bit? They got one more divisional game left. So basically, I mean, we just have to be one up on the Falcons. That's all there is to it. We can't tie with them. So they've got the Vikings coming up, the Raiders, the Giants, the Commanders, and the Panthers. Gosh, they got an easy schedule too, except for the Vikings and the Commanders. Hmm. And those are both away games too. But they got the Raiders, the Giants, and the Panthers. So hopefully, hmm, hopefully they'll win at least, or they'll lose at least two. Britt's got a coverage broken elbow, a broken coverage elbow. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna get that win, Dave, against the Vikings. Strange coverage ligament. Yeah, really, we're gonna have to root for the Panthers, man, to beat them week 18. It's probably gonna come down to that. Us playing the Saints, them playing the Panthers. Gosh, I just, man, you just want this team to play like we did against the Giants. We could do it. Or against the Saints that game. 51 points. And why can't we just do that consistently? It'd be so nice, wouldn't it? Just teams don't, in the past couple of years, it just seems like you just don't have those dominant teams anymore. I mean, look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the best team in the league, and they look like crap. I mean, they're like getting these lucky wins every week. Gritty, not pretty, right? I like that. I'll get a t-shirt made. Gritty, not pretty. All right, I got to get off here. I got to get something to eat, get ready to watch this game. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Tomorrow, we start all 22 with this Panthers game. And, yeah, the defense, man, that's what scares me. And I hate it, Lawrence. I'm a defensive guy. I started watching the Buccaneers when they had that dominant defense, and I love it. And I hate having a porous defense like this. I hate it. I can't stand it. Every time the opponent gets the ball, you go, oh my gosh, I hope we can get a stop, or hope we can keep them to 3. Drives me crazy. Yeah, Lions are a good team. Lions are a good team. All right, guys, I appreciate it. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to start diving into this all 22. Might do the offense or defense segments, do defense, go through all the defensive plays, and then do all the offensive plays. We'll see. Depends on how much time I get tomorrow to prepare the film. But till next time, go Bucks.